like and subscribe. It's the Dumb Doctor Show. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
That is where we were, you know, branded and whipped and became the property of another man and another man. And our children were taken from us, our babies in arms, taken from us, stolen from us. So how can the place of such pain be the place of my gain? I don't relate to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I have family in great positions in Jamaica, you know, related to the Wholeness family and so on and so forth. But at the same time, I have to look at where my heart is, where my soul is, where my spirit is, where my ancestors allow me to feel connected and rested. And that is here. This is where the tranquility and peace of mind is. And I think that's the difference. So I wouldn't say BlaXit is about going back to the Caribbean. No, BlaXit is about returning to Africa. And I know people have hijacked my concept, even though I trademarked it and I've done so much, but they've tried to hide it and create it like it's the Caribbean. I did not say the Caribbean. I specifically said to Africa. And the reason why is because that is where we were originally taken from. So let me clarify that for everybody, because it's been misprinted in newspapers, it's been misprinted, it's been, you know, I had an interview, I think it was on Al Jazeera. I've done many interviews, and some of it people have conveniently misconstrued. So let me be very clear. BlaXit is about the return of Black people, which are Africans, back to Africa. It's the exit from the West back to the best, and that's Africa. That's why they're all here. You know, everybody's in Africa. Don't make any mistake. Every single nation is here. It's just us. You know, they give us misinformation, so we will stay clear. But we need to stop staying clear. We need to, you know, get our land and come back. Once I got my land, I became so motivated. And that's the reason why I try and, you know, do my best to help people to get their repatriation lands, you know, build their homes, get their businesses and return. And so that's what I do. I'm a repatriational specialist. I'm a specialist repatriationist.
Can you talk more about that repatriation and, you know, that the movement, and of course, thank you for clarifying for our viewers, you know, in terms of BlaXit and what it stands for, and that it doesn't have anything to do with the Caribbean or Jamaica, it's to do with Africa.
Yeah, I do support CARICOM and their efforts for repatriations. I support, you know, Andrew Holness, you know, sorry, the Honourable, Right Honourable Andrew Holness, let me say it correctly, and obviously the Right Honourable Maya Motley and the other presidents in the Caribbean that are doing so much, and the Guyanese president, etc., you know, that are doing so much to forward the move for reparations. I think it's very important. I also think it's very important that they dislocate themselves from, you know, the so-called royal family, and I say so-called because if you look into history, you'll see that it is so called. And so I think it's important for us to become, you know, empowered right now. So yeah, it's not that I have anything against the Caribbean. I don't. I just think that, you know, forward movement and the unity of us should be on the continent. Not to say that we need to go and run away from the Caribbean. I'm saying that we need to join together.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the diaspora and Africa need to join together. That's what I'm saying. So there needs to be unity between the diaspora out of Africa and the continental Africans and Africa. There needs to be unity between the two. So I'm not asking you to go and leave your house in Jamaica and come to Africa if that's where you feel comfortable. I'm not asking you to run from England to come to Africa if that is, you know, where you feel comfortable. I'm saying that I didn't feel comfortable, and there are so many other people like me that don't feel comfortable and that are in debt, living day to day in debt when you don't have to. Do you understand? Because, for example, my house is built, so I don't worry about a mortgage. I don't worry about rent. It's just, you know, maintenance and looking after the house. I don't have to
Wow.
worry about an electricity bill because I live off of the grid. I live on solar. My water comes from an aqueduct, you know,
Mhm.
so I get natural water
Sure,
from the
that's
ground. I
right.
grow a lot of my own food. I grow a lot of my own food. So it's like, don't get me wrong, I still, you know, have Netflix and chill like everybody
I live
else.
by
Yeah.
Netflix.
I'm not sort of, you know, people think that I'm just living in the garden. No, no such thing. And, you know, the garden has a swimming pool in it. I'm not that
Fair enough.
dislocated.
Fair enough. I
So,
think in Europe, we're just surviving. You know, it's not, you're not living,
yeah,
you're just surviving. You know, and the cost of
yeah.
everything, because of the wars all around the world, and everything has pushed up the cost of petrol, energy bills, and you know, it's crazy. You know, it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's a worldwide phenomenon, but when you can grow your own,
Hmm.
you're more empowered. And that's why I say come to Africa, get your land, grow your own, build your own, and live your own life. And the thing is, the tranquility, peace, and freedom that you feel is like, I've never felt so peaceful. And I think I've never been so happy. And so I think
Hmm.
buying your peace of mind, excuse me, sorry, having your peace of mind um, is more valuable than anything else. I
I
used to
felt
wake up
that.
stressed.
Yeah, I
I
felt
used to
that.
wake up stressed.
Yeah.
I used to feel anxiety. I even had seasonal adjustment disorder. You know, I would say mild depression even at some times where I just was finding it so challenging. Life was so hard. And I
Hmm.
just, you know, when you wake up and you don't have to worry about a mortgage, believe you me, your life changes. Okay. When you're not having to worry about rent, your life changes. Okay. You know, regardless, everyone has good months and bad months. That's going to be the same no matter where you are. But the
Hmm.
fact of the matter is, at least when you're able to balance out at least one of the largest factors that you can be comfortable in, I think that changes, you know, everything. And that's really, really important, you know, and feeling safe and being at peace and being around my own people has
Hmm.
made me feel, you know, far more comfortable. I'm not saying everybody's peaceful, everybody's lovely, there's no crimes, there's no criminals. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that living in an environment where I'm less likely to look over my shoulder. I'm not going to be called the N word when I go to Marks and Spencer's, and